Badassitron. No? Okay, hold on. Badassitron. No, not quite. Badassitron. That was like pretty close. He does it like fucking 6 times in this movie, but it was pretty funny each time. What's happening, everybody, and welcome to a wonderful episode 32 of 20,000 Films Under the Sea. I am your director tonight, Ernell Pearson, alongside a producer tonight, my boy, Devin, the beanie, the dude.
For the Imperium.
For the Imperium, brother. How are you, sir?
Actually, for Rosaria.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
You took the Final Fantasy route. Okay, sir. All right,
Yeah,
Clive,
yeah.
how are you this fine Friday, good sir?
I'm doing well.
Isn't he so good? Isn't Ben Starr so good in that role, dude?
He's fantastic.
Yeah, I know. So
He does a wonderful job portraying Clive Rosterfield.
did you ever see the video that he did where he was like, if I here's my footage of when I auditioned for a role as Mario, and it was just him saying Mario things in Clive's voice.
Yahoo!
I'll have to send that to you. It's like one of it got him to
Mamma
pop
mia.
off on the internet, dude. That's a really funny video,
Yeah.
man. Anyways, happy Friday, dude.
Is usually my day off, but I worked from home today, and
Okay.
yeah, it was pretty laid back. I just chilled in Discord while I got all my work done, and yeah, it was nothing like getting paid almost double time for just chilling at home. You know what I mean?
Ain't that true? Ain't that right, man?
Yeah.
So,
Had a really good day yesterday though. I went in the office. They ended up having a company barbecue that I totally spaced out. So like I was like fully prepared to go get myself lunch that day. I was gonna go to the New Seasons, get myself a nice little they got this like chicken curry potato salad that I get there at New Seasons.
mhm.
Holy shit, does that thing slaps. I had no idea that I would like that so much, and like it's been like one of my go-to things lately. why are you laughing at me?
Just because you like buying your lunches from New Seasons is so on brand for you, like
Oh,
it's-
not all the time. The day before I had McDonald's, so it's like
it balances out, right? Yeah.
yeah, no, no.
Dude, have
the day
you?
before that I had Starkey's Pizza, which slaps, by the way. Starkey's Pizza by the slice slaps.
Very
For
good,
for
very
11
good.
bucks, you get 2 slices of pizza and a liquid death, like the full size liquid death.
So actually,
Like, I
funny.
cannot argue with that. at all.
Funny enough, I was gonna mention or ask actually, excuse me, if you've tried that new curry fusion pizza place that's on Sandy.
Ah.
So
I haven't heard about it.
Dog,
Dog.
brother. So it's a pizza joint that they do
Mhm.
Indian foods as like the base of the pizza. So you can get like a chicken tikka masala pizza, like a personal pizza that's like a good, I don't know, probably 13, 14 inches. And this thing
Oh,
is
13, 14 inches, huh?
yeah. Some would say 3 inches is enough. But this pizza is just unfucking real, dude.
Wait,
Like,
what is the place called?
it's called in curry fusion pizza.
The fuck?
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, dude. And it's like, I think it was like $18 total for delivery and everything. You can get it delivered, and it's just like this little personal pizza. Fills me up every time, and I'm a fucking tank, man. I can eat a lot. But this is just, they got a butter chicken one. They have a red curry one. It's just, oh, brother, I'm telling you, man. Let it change your life.
Fuck? So I found it. Oh, they do wings too.
Uh-huh. With
Dude,
curry
this place
sauces.
looks rad. This
Dog.
place looks rad.
Dog.
The waffle fries covered in butter chicken? Are you fucking kidding
Dog.
me?
I don't know
Of
why
course,
it
they
took
do
me.
your classics. They do your classic pizzas though too. It looks
They do.
like
They do. They have combinations, pepperoni, stuff like that. But when you get this tikka masala one, for example, right? Because that's the one that I get usually. Comes with tikka masala chicken, the tikka masala base. They do cheese on it. It has onions, tomatoes. I get it without tomatoes. I just like replace with olives or whatever. But it is just, you take the first bite and it is everything you want it to be. In terms of like a curry pizza, you know what I mean? It is just Devin. Let it change your life.
I'm like looking into this right now because it's like I have to know. I'm going to their website.
Like I apologize it took me so many weeks to mention this to you because like
well, you know, this is up my alley too. You know that.
I know, brother. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. I wanna help you appease your tummy. You know what I'm saying? Just like we're going to appease all of yours because this is 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want each and every week. If you like that, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services near you. But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is cool with us. You can watch us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. DJ
Prime Gaming.
And we would love for you to give that to us to help keep the lights on and cameras rolling. But you can support us by going to our YouTube channel, hitting subscribe, or by leaving a review on our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea, and we'll be right there waiting for you. Devin.
Or now.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. We have some director's commentary, my good sir. Guys, you guys can check out our latest episode of Good Kraken's Death Ratio, GKDR. We had a chance to talk about Annapurna's entire studio jumping ship on them because, wow, they just wanted something and they weren't willing to budge. Unfortunately,
disappointing it was.
Disappointing. Yeah. Go check that out. Fill you guys in with some of the latest video game news. You guys can check that out over there. And then, guys, we were a little bit late on it, but today the video went live on YouTube. You guys can find our newest episode of Splash Damage, where me and Garrett got to dive into the brand new Plucky Squire. That's a good old hour and a half. You guys can check that out. Very cool game. Very more directed towards younger audience than me and Garrick were expecting.
But played as children.
Very, very cool game nonetheless. So you guys can check that out over on YouTube.
Game of cool is what you would say.
And then, as we have been mentioning, you guys can support us in other ways besides subscribing and all that good jazz by just sharing your content around. We got videos on TikTok, on Instagram. We're on Twitter. You guys can find us on Facebook. All the things you guys can find us on. Go check us out on there. Just download some videos and just send it to your mom.
If you really want to support us, you can ask for our personal Venmos and send us all $100.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome. Actually, because you're probably gonna send this video to your mom, I'll just go ahead and say it. Love you, Mom. Hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, love you, Mom.
And
hey, listen, I love moms, especially single ones.
And what that ass do? You know what I'm saying? Wink with me, Devin. Give her a little wink. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Devin, tell the people at home what we're getting into next, Doggy Dog.
Of course. The next thing that is on our horizons is what one would call the cut of final.
El cato de final. I don't know what the Spanish word for cut is,
Cut.
unfortunately. What is the
The
Spanish
final.
cut in
This
Spanish? It is cortar.
cortar el
There we go.
finito.
We're so dumb, dude.
Why didn't that work though?
We're so dumb. Guys, tonight for 20,000 Films Under the Sea, we are bringing you our official review of Transformers 1.
Robots in disguise, Autobots, roll out.
More than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? Just like start doing all the Transformers things. Guys, the untold origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, better known as sworn enemies, but once were friends, bonded like brothers, who changed the fate of Cybertron forever. Released September 20th, 2024, directed by one Josh Cooley, who actually was a voice actor that moved into character art, that moved into now the director's chair, who's been known for works as far as directing Toy Story 4, doing character management for Inside Out, and having had done a voice in the hit movie Up. This bad boy's been written by Eric Pearson, nice last name, who's done works on Thor Ragnarok, Godzilla vs. Kong, Thunderbolts, and a whole fucking lot more that Eric Pearson's been solely responsible for a lot of movies that had to do rewrites, actually.
He's the one doing the rewrite of movies.
He fixed a lot of movies. When I went to look at his credits, dude, he had a lot of stuff that he was uncredited for because he just went and fixed what got fucked up. You know what I mean? Good for you, Eric. Good for you. Also, nice last name. Music by Brian Tyler, who's known for Constantine, Fast and the Furious, Iron Man 3, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and much, much more. This guy's worked on a lot. A budget of $75 million, a box office of $9.7 million as of about 4 o'clock today. I don't know if that's been updated since, Devin. You can take a peek if you'd like.
I'm doing that.
And a runtime of 1 hour and 51 minutes, which honestly felt perfect. This movie did not overstay its welcome, so that is very, very good to know. In the meantime, some fun facts for you guys. Megatron's original name, D16, is what he's known as in this movie, at least for most of the movie. It was a reference to the Japanese serial number of the original Generation 1 Megatron toy released by the company Takara in 1984. The letter D is short for Destron, the Japanese name of the Decepticons used in older media. That's really cool. Destron. I never knew that.
That's strong.
A good
That's
word
strong.
for them. This is
you take this next one and I'll do the last one.
Do you want to do the last one? It's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. This is the first Transformers production since 1984 where Optimus Prime is voiced by someone other than Peter Cullen. However, there have been several television productions where Optimus Prime has been voiced by other actors, namely Gary Chalk in Armada Energon Cybertron and Beast Wars and Beast Machines. Chris Hemsworth worked with Peter Cullen directly to get the right voice for a younger Optimus Prime. Devin, hit him with the last one.
That's cool, by the way. I'm glad that Peter Cullen was still involved, by the way, because I know that even our own baby boy Garrick had some grievances with that Peter Cullen not voicing, and he said he was solely not going to see this movie because of it, but there's obviously reason to it.
I will say, too,
Peter Cullen's getting, and
go
this is supposed to be a very young Optimus Prime, so...
I will say too, I'm not entirely convinced that he didn't do any bit of it, because especially in the very, very ending line of the movie, it sounds like the voice transfers to Peter Cullen. I know that's not a lot, but like, I'm not convinced that he was completely hands off here. Anyways, Devin, continue.
Yeah. Guys, the film is based on a blend of the original Generation 1 Transformers universe from the 1980s and the Aligned universe from the early 2010s. which included the video games Transformers War for Cybertron 2010, good video game, by the way,
Good
and
game.
Transformers Fall of Cybertron 2012. And the cartoons Transformers Prime 2010, Transformers Rescue Bots 2011, and Transformers Robots in Disguise 2014. Among other media like comics and novels. Whoops.
Oh, yeah, I
With
got
the
you.
aligned continuity, the Hasbro Toy Company wanted to establish a shared Transformers universe with lore and characters that kept consistent across different media. To this end, they created the Binder of Revelations, a 345-page production document containing the history of the aligned universe and its characters.
Whoa.
Due to production hardships and creative disagreements between Hasbro toy engineers, cartoon writers, video game developers, and Japanese toy company Takara Tomy,
Yep.
and Aligned Universe never managed to stay consistent and was ultimately discarded after 2015. Hasbro employees joked that the Binder of Revelations cost over $250,000, but ended up on the bottom of a drawer. To prepare for this film, Hasbro took the binder out of storage and gave it to director Josh Cooley. The film takes a major inspiration from its document, including the lore of the original Primes, the importance of the transformation cogs, the evil quintessence.
Quintessence, yeah.
Yeah, quintessence. It looks like it should be abbreviated differently, but yeah.
Well, it's saying
Evil
quintessences because the S
Yeah.
is yeah.
The Quintessence plan to rule over the Transformers. Megatron's original name being D16, or the character of Arachnid, who was created for the show Transformers Prime 2010, and other key plot points like Orion Pax and D16 starting out as work partners before becoming enemies are unique to this film.
But
Cool.
a lot of stuff that is canonized because of this movie. And with that said, Devin, it is time, my good sir. What were your thoughts of Transformers 1?
So ultimately, I wasn't that excited about seeing this movie, to be honest. Ultimately, I went to the movies by myself for this one. I'd usually never do that, but I did. I was just like, okay, I have time this day because I was busy last night. And that's when you went and saw it. So I went Wednesday. I went to their fan event. I got like a little keychain and a poster that I put somewhere.
Fucking rad. Okay.
You're like, damn it, I'm jealous.
Yeah, damn, I should have gone.
Yeah, I actually went the Megatron route this time.
Oh, fucking loser. Decepticon loser. Continue, sir.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't care. Give me Megatron. That's pretty much how it was. But I went in with an open mind at the same time because there are animated movies that I do like, and this is a property that I did grow up onto. So once I got to the theater, I was like, maybe I do want to see this movie. You know what I mean? So I got my popcorn, I got my red vines, I got my Diet Coke, and I sat down in my chair, and I was like, okay, we're gonna watch Transformers. We're in it. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting in the spot that we always sit at because I'm smart and I got that. The theater was packed. At least for me, the theater was packed. I don't know about you,
Yes,
but my theater was packed. So surprisingly, no trailers for it being the fan event. There wasn't a single trailer.
good.
It just started up right away.
Okay.
So that was actually I've never had that happen at the movie theater ever. Just no trailers, which was wild to me. This movie is actually fun, and it had really good character development and storytelling, and it kept a very good pace. It had very subtle jokes in it that were funny. They just were.
Yeah.
And it was really cool just seeing like the life of what Transformers are and how they operate as a people and stuff like that. And just seeing the origin story and the lore unfold before my eyes of the primes and everything. Because even though some of it was kind of brief. They did a really good job about explaining it and keeping it consistent throughout the whole story. And the way that the story was untold and the adventure, it was really fun, actually. I enjoyed this movie. The action um, was actually good. It was good for animation too,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
reminded me of watching, Transformers cartoons when I was younger. It and it looked like a consistent video game cutscene in the best way the whole time. Super smooth too.
Yeah.
Uh, Plus, I had no idea he was going to be in the movie, but Steve Buscemi.
Yeah,
That
funny enough, he's in this movie.
Yeah, and him voicing the character, I was like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Actually,
funny enough, dude. Yeah.
like, and like, if you see this movie, you will definitely like once you get to that
You
part, you'll be
will-
like, oh
you
yeah,
will
no,
know.
this makes sense.
That's
This
him,
makes
yeah.
so much sense. Like that. Honestly, was probably one of my favorite reveals in this movie. The second he started talking, I was like, "Is that fucking Steve Buscemi?"
Well, at first I thought it was Willem Dafoe because it gave like
Yeah.
Green Goblin Willem Dafoe, and I was like, no, it's not quite him. And then when I saw the credits, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, that makes sense, dude. Yeah, yeah.
I could tell it was him because I have watched every episode of Boardwalk Empire, and Steve
Recently
Buscemi is,
too.
like, the
Recently,
main
yeah,
star.
yeah.
Not recently. I just watched it as it came out, and I really love that show.
Sure,
Like, really,
sure.
yeah, very good show, by the way. I highly recommend it. Anybody, especially
I've
like
heard it's really great. Yeah, I mean,
Prohibition lobsters.
most of my Steve Buscemi is known because of Adam Sandler movies. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, dude, Steve Buscemi is an extremely talented actor.
Good
Like
guy.
extremely talented.
Good guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recommend watching Boardwalk Empire. I think next time you need a show to like sit down and kind of dive into, you should. But yeah, I just had a really good time. It had a really good climax. You feel for the character, especially when that one moment happens between Megatron and Optimus. Like that moment, you feel it. And like when you start to see the quote unquote transition,
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Mhm.
I get it now. I get it. And the way that it unfolds everything, I actually really enjoyed it. Um Also, the villain, you did not actually see it coming from a mile away at all until it actually
Yeah.
gets to the point. They
Mhm.
did a really good job on that, which I feel like a lot of properties and IPs kind of struggle with that because I feel like they make it very obvious of who's a villain and who isn't, even if they're trying to hide it and make it a twist or whatever. Um,
Right.
so that was really good. And no, I'm not talking about Megatron for all you guys
No.
out there,
Funny enough,
because
he's
that's what
not the
you're all
villain in this.
suspecting. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was just a good movie. The color palette was exceptional. Um, I really like that, and I would like them to explore more of the surface of Cybertron. I thought they had some cool landscapes and stuff like that, and I kind of want to know why it's like that with what we know about like the way that the oh god, what's it called again? The what's that power source
Oh,
called?
the mantle of leadership.
Energon.
Oh, Energon. Okay.
Energon.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I want to know, especially with like what we know about how Energon works and how it powers them as machines and gives them life and to do what they do.
Yeah.
I want to know how there was, um, plant life and stuff like that
Right.
on
Yeah.
Cybertron.
Yeah.
So I do like the way that they set it up moving forward because there are some plot threads that they left hanging for us. It's not in a way where like it feels like that they dove into something and they didn't finalize it. It's more so like, oh, there's that one thing that they still have to deal with. How are they going to do that?
Right.
So I can see how they could make a trilogy out of this, and I hope that this movie actually ends up being successful. Because I looked it up, at least from what numbers that are still posted right now, it's still only at 9.7
Sure.
million. Um, But I liked this movie. It is a fun movie. It's paced very well. It's written well. It's voice acted well. Scarlett Johansson did a really good job. Chris Hemsworth did a better job than I expected. But generally, I like Chris Hemsworth in almost everything he's in. You know,
Right.
he's like one of the few actors in this world who isn't a piece of shit and does a good job, in my opinion.
Yeah, funny enough. At least for now, we don't know all the skeletons in this closet yet.
Well,
so-
doesn't he have like some like weird form of like early onset like Alzheimer's or something right
He does.
now?
That was what spanned him off to do that show about him like working out and doing things out in the world, is because he's trying to diminish his chances of that affecting him later in his life, and because he heard that exercise and being outdoors and stuff are ways to like keep that from happening. So yeah, unfortunately he does. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, I hope that doesn't affect him too deeply. He's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, and he's a fucking handsome man.
God damn, he's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
not often that I get a Viking looking guy that I'm like, that's a good looking guy. That's a good look.
Yeah,
that's a
well,
good-looking
he is
chap.
Australian,
Yeah, we all love those.
Yeah, and I thought that so I was looking at the cast earlier. So Alpha Trion, Lawrence Fishburne.
Mm-hmm. God,
Fucking
he's so
sweet.
good, dude. He's so good, dude.
Actually, probably one of my favorite parts of the movie was Alpha Trion.
yeah, that part
scene.
went fucking nuts, man. That was so good.
Yeah, and what was really cool about that, it showed magic in the Transformers universe,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense. So that was really cool to me. I thought Brian Tyree Henry did a great job as Megatron. And John Hamm was Sentinel Prime.
Yep.
Which
Funny
he
enough,
did a good job.
I love Jen.
Yeah.
Love him, dude.
And dude, one of my favorite things about this movie was Keegan Michael Key as B.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
BADASSITRON. But like, did you really need to cut that door down?
Did you catch the AA-tron reference?
Yeah, I did. Also, there was the he's like, yeah, look at me with my little knives. I'm gonna stabby everything. And then he turns around, he's like, I'm gonna get you too. And they just
you were like,
start running.
so good, dude.
Yeah, I had a really good job. I really liked how the inclusion of like original like Decepticons and Transformers characters before like their Autobots or Decepticons.
Right.
Like we get Jazz very briefly, but we know Jazz is there in that universe now, so we know that can amount to more. I'm just actually kind of excited to see where this goes, and I hope that Garrick watches this, because I think it's better than he thought it was going to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. Dude, I think this is one of my favorite movies of the year.
Really?
Like, this movie's fucking good, brother. This movie
it is.
good,
But I
dude.
wasn't expecting you to say that.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong.
good, though.
When I say that, I'm not saying that it's the best movie of the year by any means. I don't even necessarily think it's one of the best of the year. But I really enjoyed this movie, like, wholeheartedly.
If I was to put it in top 5, I think it might be at least number 5 for me.
Yeah, I would
year?
maybe. Yeah, I'd put it in my top
because
5.
we got Dune.
We
got Dune this year. We got Deadpool, Wolverine. Actually, now that I think about it, Oppenheimer wasn't this year. I just didn't watch it until this year.
Yeah. No.
What?
Well, there's not
Now I gotta
a lot. That's what I mean. It's like there's not a whole lot of movies that have like captivated me this year besides Dune and Deadpool and Wolverine and like maybe Long Legs, but like that wasn't like as captivating as I wanted it.
What about
to
Madam
be.
Web?
Good movie, man. Yeah, great movie actually.
I still need to watch Fall Guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite interested in it. I'll probably give it a shot.
I've heard some good things. I've heard some good things about it.
The other one I'm waiting to go back and watch is Inside Out 2. I have a feeling that one's gonna
Yeah,
kill me.
isn't that on Disney Plus now?
I'm pretty sure it is. I need to go and actually spend the time on it, and then we're actually going to take Arwen to go see the Wild Robot next weekend. So
Nice.
I definitely want to fucking see that movie. So
Yeah,
bad.
that looks like it's gonna have good emotional. But we also got Furiosa, a Mad
We
Max saga.
did,
Which,
yeah. I don't know. I mean
dude,
that one
that
didn't.
movie was fucking good.
It was good. It was
That-
good. No. Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm separating here that my favorite movies are not the best movies of the year. I understand that. It's not to say that Furiosa was bad. It just didn't grab me the way that Deadpool and Wolverine grabbed me. You know what I mean? I honestly think that this movie grabbed me more than Furiosa did, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say critically, Furiosa is sitting number 2 for the year.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, any of the Mad Max movies will. Theoretically,
Yeah.
I mean, like especially after Fury Road. But anyway, so this movie just does so many things right, dude. Like I can't express enough like how, because I was the same way when we found out about this movie. All of us had an array of feelings, right? Like we all talked about like, do they really need to be doing that? Like, oh, it's animated. Oh, their faces are metal and they're just like moving like people. That's weird, dude. And so like I really kind of went into this movie not really expecting much more than just a kids animated Transformers ass movie. You know what I mean? And so I didn't really think that was going to be anything to send home about. But when the movie actually started and we start getting caught up in this buddy adventure situation that they're kind of like moving forward, and the humor was hitting just right for me and the story was progressing just right for me, this ended up being such an enthralling story for like no reason. Like we all know that like Optimus Prime and Megatron are sworn enemies, right? Like we've seen enough Transformers movies, shows, what have you, to know that they have history. So we knew what the end result was going to be in this movie. And I still was surprised with how they handled it. Because like you said, when that first moment happens where you're like, oh shit, right? You're like, oh fuck, D, what the fuck, dude, he's angry. Like when that part hits, you like, because they seemingly knew that, like, because we knew where this was going to end up, that like the implications of that relationship were going to land. Because I mean, even in the very, very beginning of the movie, and he's like, oh yeah, you're always just taking us on these crazy things, you're always doing this and you're always thinking about yourself. I was like, oh, that's a little coin in the coin jar. You know what I'm saying? It's a little, and then it's all gonna stack and it's all gonna blow out of the top from there, dude. They did a really, really good job of making just not just a general like good kids animated movie, but just making a really good movie. Because the animation in this is superb. The color in this is superb. The voice acting is superb. They do such a knockout job of making this feel like a Transformers movie that they knowingly said, well, we can't do all this in a live action setting because people aren't going to be into that. It's going to look weird. It's going to cost a lot of money. We can't do that. But we can make it animated. And because it's animated, we can do anything we want, dude. And I don't know if you noticed, but the executive producers on this movie, and we didn't note it in the beginning, were Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg. And the power of these two together, with Michael Bay's like love for just crazy fucking action bullshit and Steven Spielberg's beautiful imagination, along with the direction of our good old graces of Josh Cooley, we were able to get just an outstanding movie, sir.
I really think that the combination of Bay, Spielberg, Cooley, and Pearson is what made this movie work. And Spielberg is still one of the best minds of Hollywood.
The fucking
and
Tom Brady of movies, brother. I'm telling you.
Yeah, to this day, I tell everybody, because I think this is his most underrated movie he's ever made, but it's one of my favorite movies. Super 8.
So good. It's so good, dude. And people fucking slept on that movie, dude.
it is our modern Goonies. It
Mhm.
is our modern Goonies, and it is a fantastic movie.
So good,
I
dude.
highly, yeah, it is one of the best movies of our generations, and people slept on it.
Period. Yeah,
But
they slept on it hard.
but like, dude, those first 3 Transformers live action movies, though, like those first 3 with Shia LaBeouf, like
They
with Michael Bay.
dude, and like I know where you're gonna go with it, because it's like, yes, I 100% agree, but they did
Mhm.
something for us, right? They did something for
Yeah.
us.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is just like with his storytelling combined with Spielberg's, with the writing of Pearson, who did Ragnarok, one of my favorite Marvel movies, and you can actually feel like a little bit of that subtle comedy. Like,
Mhm.
even though that Ragnarok had a lot of comedy, there was a lot of what made it work. It was a lot of subtle comedy that
You could
like
tell
passes through.
what was Taika's and what was Pearson's, right? You can tell
Yeah,
those two differences,
yeah,
and this is very much Pearson's, right?
yeah, and I think it's his style of comedy I personally relate to, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
it worked really well in this movie, which actually, knowing that he's the writer of Thunderbolts now,
Mhm.
because I don't think I ever knew that until today.
Yeah.
That actually makes me really stoked for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, dude, it might be a good time.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this movie isn't without some problems. It does
Mm.
have a couple of little things that I was like, oh, it's a little weird. Like it took me a little while to get used to Optimus not sounding like Optimus, for sure. Like it definitely is a little bit jarring at first, but when you start kind of just remembering, hey, this is a young, quote unquote, because Transformers don't really like age like
Mhm.
that, but this is a young Optimus. He's not going to sound like full grown Optimus, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You eventually get used to it. Yes, go ahead.
well, it's because he's not a Prime. He's not
No,
a
of
Prime,
course, right, yeah,
and that's why his voice is different.
yeah,
That's why his voice is different.
and they canonize that, and so like that, I can see where other people at home would probably be a little bit whiplashed by it, for sure. Totally get it. I think the only grievance really that I actually had in any real capacity with this movie was the transition of D16 to Megatron felt like a really fast peak.
Mhm.
It almost felt like, really, like that's why you're this mad. You know what I mean? Because I kind of wanted just a little bit more build up. Like, give us maybe one or two more
Mhm.
things to kind of be like, oh, this keeps fucking up. Like, you know what I mean? Like something else to be angry enough about. I get why he
Mhm.
was angry for sure. It just felt a little out of place to me, like a little bit hurried to kind of say like, oh, we're getting there. But
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like grievances are concerned, though, that's so minimal compared to how much I actually enjoyed this movie, dude. And I'm so glad that you said it. Garrick, watch this fucking movie, man. You
Yeah.
guys at home, watch this fucking movie, dude. Like,
The moment though where he does fully go
yes.
is just, I can't save you every time.
Oh, dude, that part,
Dude,
I felt
did
my
you feel
heart
it?
drop,
Did you
bro.
feel
Like
that?
for
Yeah.
real, dude.
Yeah.
Because for a second you think, oh shit, okay, because his voice acting as D16 was so good, so fucking
The
good. Because
moment he
like
blinked and then opened his eyes,
when he like looks down and then like looks up and it, oh
and the blink
dude.
yellow to red, that
Uh-huh.
was the moment. I
That
was
was
like, oh.
well, and also a testament to how good the animation is in here. Like for the rest of the
Mhm.
movie, he has this like light bokeh flow everywhere that he moves to like show
Mhm.
that sort of dementedness to his character. Dude, they fucking knocked out of the park with this, man. I'm like
Mhm.
very, very happy that this movie turned out the way that it did. But my question that I want to pose to you, Devin, is this the best Transformers movie to date? Because people are going to ask, realistically speaking, do you feel this is the best Transformers movie to date?
I feel like there's other animated movies I haven't seen or can't recollect.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But as far as like blockbuster
Um,
films, the ones,
like
right?
modern. Yeah, like modern.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And like that might be a recency bias, but I think the only one that can hold a candle to this is Bumblebee.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
man. And
Followed by the first Michael Bay Transformers movie.
yeah, honestly, because obviously it was so hype. Getting to go see that for the first time for sure.
Yeah, seeing an Xbox 360 transform into a Decepticon.
It was fucking rad, dude. It was rad. No,
Yeah.
dude, and Bumblebee's really good. Bumblebee's really fucking good, dude. I do actually think this is better than Bumblebee, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
because they just do everything right in this movie. Like, as far as not just the animation, but the way they tell a story. None of the other Transformers movies really expand on the lore all that much. Like, we know about like the Sparks, the All Spark, Transformers, they fought for Cybertron, right? And now they're down on Earth.
Dude.
They never really expand further than that. This movie single-handedly told us more about Transformers than I think I ever knew in my life, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, 100%. And just for any of the listeners or listens, as Garrick would like to say,
The
or
listens, yeah.
watchers,
Uh-huh.
This movie is certified fresh right now on
Hell
Rotten
yeah,
Tomatoes.
it is,
It is
brother.
sitting
Hell
at an
fucking yeah, it is.
88%. And the popcorn meter, the the audience, us viewers,
Mm-hmm.
97. 97%. So if you're hearing this, wondering if I should see this movie, um, with that being said, I think we can just
I
go into
think
this next
it's
part.
time. Yeah, Devin, should people see this movie right away? And what is your score?
See this movie right away. See it in theaters. See it on the biggest screen you can with the best sound that you physically can go to. This is a 9 out of 10 movie.
For
See it
fucking
now.
sure, dude. Okay, all right. Goddamn, son. Goddamn. Yeah, dude. Fucking go see this. Take your kids. Take your family. Go see it on your own. Both me and Devin both saw it solo. And it was still a fucking good time, dude. I still laughed out loud a few different times,
Yeah,
even though I was by myself, dude. I was like, like, and not the obnoxious way that you hate.
It's so funny.
Funny, yeah, funny.
Oh, are you talking about you?
Yeah, this time it was me. No, dude, go see this. Go take your kids and shit. Like I'm a little bit actually, because we actually were contemplating on taking our kiddo to go see this, but unfortunately she had a doctor's appointment kind of late in the day, so we didn't. The schedules just didn't match up correctly. And I want her to watch this when it comes out. Like I'm probably gonna end up buying this movie because this movie is really really good. Go see this shit with your kids. Devin, this is a fucking 9 out of 10 movie, brother.
Yeah, this is unanimous. This is a 9 out of 10 movie.
Unanimous, bro. Like this is a 9 out of 10 ass movie, dude. I'm telling you, unanimous. Guys, for real, go watch this movie, man. Like if you love Transformers in any capacity, you're gonna have a good time with this, dude. And I went and kind of like today during my lunch, I went and watched a couple of little like reviewers that were talking about it themselves too. There's a couple reviewers that I watch pretty frequently for movies that I don't go see because I value their opinions. Jeremy Johns is one of them. He's really really great. There's another guy that I can't fucking stand. He's this dude that like starts off talking about how woke the movie is, and then and I'm just like, can I just hear your like actual educated opinion about this? But going into this with him being like, was this movie woke? A little bit. It had a woke moment. And I was like, shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. And honestly, this is the last time I'm probably going to listen to him because he sounded so fucking stupid. But pretty much everybody that I listened to was feeling the same way, bro. Like super pleasantly surprised by this movie. It's rad, man. It feels good to be a Transformers fan now.
Yeah, it really does. And like I said, a lot of the world building that they did in this movie is fantastic. And it makes me want to know a lot more about Cybertron because Cybertron gets referenced in a lot of the content.
Mm-hmm.
But besides the video games, they don't do a lot with Cybertron in media.
No,
they don't.
I think outside of maybe 20 minutes total amongst all the live action movies is all we ever got of Cybertron. And that was just like beginning of the movie of Optimus Prime over the voiceover explaining what happened on Cybertron. You know what I'm saying? That's all we ever got. And so actually getting it here was fucking sick, dude. You know what this movie was missing though, Devin? Hey, Optimus! I think I saw a Transformer.
No, it wasn't.
This movie did not have enough Mark Wahlberg.
If you're hearing
dude.
this, Mark Wahlberg, fuck you.
No, hey. Listen, fuck you, Mark Wahlberg. But we need you in the next Transformers animated film. Okay?
No, we don't. No, stay away. Stay away. Stay away from my movies.
No, don't
okay?
fuck with this movie. Don't fuck with this movie, brother.
Keep saying that Marvel is too bad for you. Stay away from Marvel
just
too.
stay the fuck out of the things that we love.
Go make your 30th Boston cop movie that's been divorced for,
hey,
for
Optimus,
the second time.
I'm a cop in Boston. I'll punch people on a plane.
And now here's the thing. I will say that you got a couple good movies. Shooter was good. I will say that.
Shooter's great. Lone Survivor, great movie.
Lone Survivor, yeah.
But that wasn't because of you. It's just a generally good movie.
The Fighter too. That movie was pretty good.
All right, yeah, pretty good
movie.
Yeah,
but that's all you got, man. That's all you got. Wait, wasn't he in The Departed?
I was literally gonna say, The Departed, yeah, because that's a pretty fucking good movie. But again, not just because of him though. Leo's in it, De Niro's in it. Like those are also great fucking actors. So
dude, De Niro carries. Like, not that it needs to be carried, but De Niro carries.
He carries the fuck out of that movie, brother. And I guess he's okay in the other guys. He's pretty funny in that, but that's mostly because he's just making fun of himself. So that actually works out. Weird.
Yeah, oddly enough, Mark Wahlberg's a twink.
This has been 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted each and every week. If you liked what you heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics, get exclusive content, and have early access episodes before they go live on podcast and video services near you. But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest, that's cool with us. You can watch us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/Kraken Show. And you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, hitting subscribe and that little bell, the little dingy ding, if you will, or by leaving a review on our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea, and we'll be right there waiting for you. We have to get going, everybody. But until next time, hey, Optimus!
Autobots, roll out.
Badassitron.
Badassitron.
Nice.